So in this part of the lesson on curves, we're going to create the curves needed to make this paperclip item. So we need two curves in order to create this. We need to define first the path or the shape of the paperclip, and then we need to define essentially the width and the shape of the cross-section, or what's called the profile. So I'm going to create a Bezier curve using this top view of the image to make the path, and then I'll go to one of the opposite views, like the side view, and I'll create a circle curve, and I'll move it and rotate it and scale it so that it's sitting at the beginning of my path. And I'm going to start from the out to the in, although you can start from the in to the out. Doesn't matter which direction you go. And I'm going to use the Bezier curve because it's pretty simple, simple shape, and it doesn't close, so I don't have to convert it or anything like that. So Bezier is the best curve to use, really, when you're not closing the curve. So I'm going to select it, and I'm going to click on the first point, and I'm going to hold the middle point. I'm just clicking. I'm not dragging yet. I'm going to click, and then I'm going to click and drag here as I need to make my curve. There we go. Just drag it out till I'm kind of in the middle. Notice I'm going down the middle. I'm not outlining it. I'm not going down one of the sides. And then I'm going to try and match the position on the opposite side. So I'm going to match this, and then I'm going to try and match this about halfway. You don't have to get exact, but close. And then I'll click on the beginning of the curve, the middle of the curve. And this one needs a little bit of boost, so I'm going to click and drag to make the curve nice. Middle here, click on the beginning of the curve, middle of the curve, click and drag. That looks like just a click. There, and there. When I'm done, I'll press the Q key to stop, essentially selecting the selection arrow. So now I have my shape, and I see a little issue here, so I'm going to go down, and I'm going to right click, and I'm going to choose Control Vertex, and I'm going to kind of try and make this shape a little bit better. Coming in here, I also see that it does this weird bend, so I'm going to go and make sure that this is a corner. And maybe it needs to be a Bezier corner. So that I can kind of get that shape a little better. And this one here too. This will give me a little bit better look. What this looks like. So I just want to come back and kind of refine my shape, make sure that I like it. Make sure that I'm not too, that's kind of strange right there. So I'll make that a Bezier corner. So once I like it, I'll right click on it and choose object mode. Go back to the selection tool. It's still a little weird right here, huh? Okay. Object mode. That's good. So now I'm going to go tap my space bar, and I'm going to go to the side view, and I'll just create a circle. Nerves primitive circle. And I'll just click and drag. I think it's going to be pretty small, so I'm not going to make it large. Then I'm going to move it. I'm going to tap my space bar over the top. I'm going to move it to align the pivot point to the end of the curve so that they overlap. And then I'm going to rotate it so that the red line matches kind of the angle that this should be. I'm using red as my guide. And then I will scale it from the center. So the yellow box, I'm just going to scale it till it gets to be about the width that I need. I'm going to zoom out, and that is the paperclip. That's what I need to create it. I'm just hiding the image. I'm going to select the curves, and I'm going to right-click on the paperclip display layer, and I'm going to add selected items, and I'm going to make that layer not visible so that I know I hit everything. And I'm going to go to File, Increment, and Save. So for the next part of the lesson, I will do the car hood.